care what you are. Pussy worth a bag like Kobe Bryant rookie card. Look in the mirror, what I see a superstar. Plus my money longer than Roosevelt Boulevard. I was fucking bad bitches, trying to find my way through life. Shout out to Mama Moon, all the things she sacrificed. Got me in them Catholic schools, the majority of them kids is white. Man, music with China back for pure like China White. Linked up with Tom Trump, cuz put me on game. If they hating, you ain't winning, put that on my last name. You would die, dog, if you play with my bloodline. Godzilla 5-2 on the phone, I hit my bloodline. I had to handle shit solo. Two twins like Jimmy and Jay, and now it's me like Roman would say. Two hands when I'm holding the K. I'm an animal that's stalking this prey. You get pushing away, got back, then I'm letting it spray. Two guns like Kofi and Woods, you won't see a new day. Hey, I gotta tell my man shoot. Shiesty on, start spinning like a dance group. I will really start sliding, baby. Down to my 50-cent tree, told me get rich or die trying, baby. Infrared, spot a nigga from a mile distance. This shit go hard, I hope Kyle listen. Linked up with her, we non-stop working. But ain't nothing changed, we still non-stop working. It's viral one, if success was a person. My shit uncut, we don't do no rehearsal. Yeah, nigga. This the viral blues, nigga. Yeah. Yo, I will backsnap the hate out your soul. With the 38, I suppose. I don't apologize for shit. I am no J. Cole. I am such an a-hole. Bombing on him like Kendrick when he dropped control. I've been doing this shit since 18 years old. Since the next cell was popping in the Motorola phone. Big dog on the fucking scene. Don't shake my hand, pussy, we ain't Krispy Kreme. I'm too busy fucking the girl of your dreams. And she giving me, you know, a little yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting money on the scene. Yeah, I mean, mix it with a little weed. Yeah, I mean, shorty trying to get between. Yeah, I mean, with a little bit of weed. Yeah, I mean, trying to do it for my team. Yeah, I mean, why y'all hating on me? Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Y'all ain't gotta hate on me that much, man. I ain't do nothing that bad to y'all niggas. I'm just being successful. Capital S-U-C-C-E-S-S-F-U-L, nigga. Successful. That's all I'm trying to be, man. Y'all niggas be easy. Yeah, I mean. What's going down, y'all, man? It's your boy D-Money live in full effect, man. Not enough podcast, man. What's popping with y'all, man? And we in here, man. Not enough wrestling. You know the vibes. Each and every Monday, man. We on it like that, man. Not enough wrestling, man. What's up with y'all? How was y'all weekend? Hope everything was good and fantastic for y'all, man. We about to give y'all a hell of a fucking show. You fucking understand me, man? You know what I mean? Wrestlemania night 1 and 2 is in the books. And man, Wrestlemania was a trending topic, man. It was a trending topic. A lot going on. A lot of things was, you know what I mean, said. And some things I agree with, some things I didn't agree with. Some matches I liked, some matches I thought was trash, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna break it down, you know what I mean? And I actually wrote some notes down for night 1. Not too much night 2, but night 1 for sure I wrote down some notes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm also, you know what I mean, dropping the link for anybody that wants to speak on their opinions on WrestleMania or whatever. And we got a little discussion because I feel like, you know what I mean, some things we can actually debate about, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? For the usuals in the building, hello. You know what I mean? For the newcomers, super hello. You know what I mean? So let's get into it, man. So night 1 happens, right? Night 1 of WrestleMania goes down. And in my opinion, right,
Well, let me break this down match by match, right? Let's bring it down match by match. Because like I said, I have notes. I have notes. Ladies and gentlemen, I have notes. So, I only got notes. Okay, I didn't have no notes for the 6-man tag. All right, so let's speak about that, man. So it was the Usos, LA Knight versus Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed. That's right, the YouTube nigga, the creatable, the content creatable. I thought the match was unnecessary. Unnecessary, man. Yep, I said it. Very, very unnecessary. You know what I mean? You had the tension there with the Usos and LA Knight. I don't even know how they became partners to begin with. There was no backstory on how they squashed everything. Then there's the Vision, which I think had no momentum at all. The whole faction since the beginning had no momentum at all, in my opinion. But I'm gonna let that be that. But the actual match, man, was trash, man. I don't care about fucking I Show Speed, man. I don't give a fuck about this nigga, man. You know what I mean? And all these internet wrestling niggas that's over there, y'all got a problem with Pat McAfee, and I totally understand. I got a problem with that nigga too. But we're not gonna let I Show Speed go through customs, man. He taking the spot of a Carmelo Hayes, of a Tiffany Stratton, of a Shinsuke Nakamura, off a Solo, off a Tamatanga, off so many other people, man, that could have been, you know, on that card that couldn't be on that card due to they got to put in a celebrity spot there. You know what I mean? And granted, they've been doing that since WrestleMania 1, but it's getting kind of ass. But anyway, the 6-man tag match was trash. The Usos using the 3D was shitty. Jimmy or Jay, which one of them niggas? They both look alike. Jimmy I think Jay lift up Austin Theory, and Jay went for or Jimmy, whatever, which one, went for the 3D and fucking missed the nigga clear as day, and then they gonna play it off like they connected. No, the fuck it didn't. The fucking distance between him catching the nigga and him dropping him was day and night. You know what I mean? It was a terrible spot. You know what I mean? Never should have been done. You know what I mean? Now, moving on. Number two. All right. Okay. So we got the Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu match. Now, going into this match, I was rocking with the storyline. You know what I mean? It made sense. Jacob Fatu was accusing Drew McIntyre of attacking him, and that's why he took the months off, blah, blah, blah. They start rumbling everywhere, backstage, on top of a building, all types of crazy shit. So you got the expectations pretty high of the level that each wrestler is willing to take this. So when we get to the match, right, we got table spots, we got a fucking toolbox, and we got chairs, right? But I ain't see nothing. I ain't see a table set on fire. I didn't see no barbed wire used. Maybe chase a nigga around with a chainsaw or something. Something out of this world. You know what I mean? Y'all could have did a callback spot from The Rock and Mankind, where Jacob Fatu handcuffs Drew McIntyre and start beating him with the chair. Y'all could have did that spot. You know what I mean? With so many different things y'all could have did to make the level of violence stand out. But the violence was made in the match. Jacob Fatu got the win, which he did deserve. I don't think Drew McIntyre necessarily needs a win. There's rumors he's going to go off the movies and all of that. So we will see. But salute to Jacob Fatu. getting a victory. I'm ready to see him in a whole nother feud here. Um, oh man, shout out to Cody in the building. She said, "Here to see if you're going to cap about 1 hour of wrestling out of a 3 hour WrestleMania." Look, all right. So let me address that, right? No, I'm not going to address that just yet. Just yet. I'm gonna let it cook. You know what I'm saying? But I am ready to see Jacob Fatu in another storyline outside this Drew McIntyre storyline. It was a good storyline for him. You know what I mean? But I don't think this particular storyline needs to go any further than where it's at. I think Drew can do his own thing, and I think Jacob can do his own thing. And they can stay separate for a while. You know what I'm saying? Now, before I get into the next matchup, which is the women's tag team matchup, now I'm going to address Kai's question or statement there. Listen, I watched this on a site. So what people witnessed on the ESPN app, I didn't really witness. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the commercial part. The commercial part of everything. You know what I mean? I didn't witness that. So maybe that's why I probably don't got the same outrage as everybody else, because I was watching it on a whole different site and not the ESPN site. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So, no, I didn't need to watch night one on ESPN, obviously. No. That was smart of me. You know what they had to deal with? They had to deal with 90-minute commercials all throughout ESPN. And me, because I used a secondary site, didn't have that problem. So I was able to enjoy it, much better than everybody else. But that's in the air there. So the women's tag team match. I have some notes here. Just in case y'all think I'm camping. There you go. Got my notes here. Got my notes. Right here. Got my notes here. All right. So the women's tag team match was not bad, as I thought it was going to be. It was a pretty good match. And we got the return of Paige, y'all. The return of Paige. That's right. Bust it down Paige, as I call her, for those that saw her line of work in the adult film industry. Bust it down Paige is her name that I'm giving her. But anywho, Paige makes a return to a great reaction. She got a great reaction in the building. It was good to see Paige back in the WWE, I must admit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's where she belongs. She did have a stint in AEW, which I feel like they really didn't book her right or give her enough character build to my liking. You know what I'm saying? But she had a all right run in AEW. I mean, she won the title for God's sake, but it wasn't like such a big deal. You know what I mean? In my opinion, if I'm being honest. So we got the return of Paige, being the partner of Brie Bella, which Nikki Bella is injured with a neck injury. The highlight points of this match that I did enjoy the Paige and Charlotte back and forth. That's a match I want to see in the future, honestly. But the match ends with Alexa Bliss going on the top rope to do the twisted bliss on Paige, but was slightly distracted when Nikki Bella pulled Charlotte out the ring and beat the shit out of her with this clutch. You know what I mean? As Charlotte yells, oh shit, which I thought was pretty fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so she was getting cooked. You know what I mean? So anyway, after the distraction, Alexa Bliss goes off the top rope to do the twisted bliss Paige puts her knees up, and then Paige hits her finisher, which I don't know the name of her finisher. Sorry, y'all. It's been done so long. Um, for the 1, 2, 3. Now we got Paige and Brie Bella as the women's tag team champions. It was a good match. I thought the women's tag team match was solid at best. You know what I mean? It wasn't. If anything, need to be shorter. And, you know, a lot of people was talking about the time of these matches. And that a lot of these matches wasn't getting enough time. Maybe it was because I had to go to work early in the morning, but I did not mind these short matches. You know what I mean? For some of these matches. Now, I'm going to get to the ones that I feel like needed more time to cook. You know what I'm saying? But salute to the women's tag team match. They definitely delivered, in my opinion. You know, for a match that nobody barely cared about. They definitely did their thing. All right, so the next match was Seth Rollins and Gunther, which, in my opinion, was match of the night until we get to night one's main event. All right, we're going to talk about that in a second. You know what I'm saying? But we got Seth Rollins and Gunther. They had a fire match. Literally had my attention from the beginning to the end. This is what I call pro wrestling, in my opinion. You know, they started off fast paced with Seth Rollins attacking Gunther on the outside, throwing chairs at him, wilding, not giving a fuck about nothing. You know what I mean? You know, and listen, man, Seth Rollins is one of the ones, man. Gunther is a beast. And they went back and forth, move for move. I didn't like the stomp on the announce table by Seth Rollins. I thought that was kind of hard. You know what I mean? But yeah, they had a fire back and forth traditional wrestling match. You know what I mean? Two of the best that ever done it in this era as far as in-ring wrestling go. So Seth Rollins hit the stomp on Gunther on the announce table. Then Braun Breaker comes out of nowhere, spears the shit out of Seth Rollins. And we know where this is going, right? Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker is most likely probably going to happen at Backlash. But it was good to see Braun Breaker back. I think he got a lot of potential. I don't think he needs to be shot up to the main event scene. As of yet, I hear a lot of people saying Braun Breaker should be in the main event, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like slay your role, let him cook with Seth Rollins and see where this goes. I am interested in the feud, even though I feel like the Vision has lost a lot of momentum, which I feel like they didn't even have momentum at all, at no point. But if I'm going to give them anything, I guess when Seth was the leader, they had momentum. If I'm going to give them anything, you know what I mean? So that happens. All right. So, what's next? Okay, now we're to the main event, right? We're to the main event of night one. And damn, that's crazy because it seems like these matches, when you look at the card, it seems like there's a lot of matches, but it really wasn't. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches on night one. It wasn't a lot. You know what I mean? So anyway, the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. And Pat McAfee comes out and they boo the living shit out of Pat McAfee, man. And it's well deserved. Because why the fuck is Pat McAfee in this fucking storyline like they need an extra nigga to tell a fucking 15 plus year story or 10 year or more story that exists between these two wrestlers? They don't need to add no more variables in this unless it's a Triple H, a Ric Flair, a Batista, or what's my man Ted DiBiase Jr., man? You know what I mean? Like they could have kept it pushing. This Pat McAfee shit was a disaster from the get-go. So anyway, Pat McAfee comes out to a shower of bulls as Pat McAfee did begins cursing at the crowd. But listen. I got to admit though, Pat McAfee is a great heel. He's just with the wrong person. In my opinion, I think Pat McAfee could work as a heel with somebody that needs some heat to him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Pat McAfee managed like an Ethan Page. For those that don't know, Ethan Page is NXT former NXT champion, still at NXT's rumors he's going to get called up soon. And maybe that could work for Ethan Page, or that might be a disaster for Ethan Page, either way. But as long as it's not Randy, Pat McAfee, I feel like can be a decent manager for somebody else that actually needs it. You know what I'm saying? But Cody Rhodes does his entrance. He took us through a journey of each of his characters, from the rookie Cody Rhodes to Dashing Cody Rhodes to fucking Stardust, all the way to the American Nightmare, which I thought was a fire entrance, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a dope rollout. Then he came out with the all gold mask and robe, which I also thought that was fire. I was like, yo, I might need one of those one of them drones to pull up at a battle rap event or something, man. That gold mask drone's kind of fire. You know what I mean? So during the introduction of the wrestlers, Pat McAfee hits Cody with the microphone. Orton stops Cody, then picks him up for McAfee to attack, but Cody ends up kicking McAfee, who takes a terrible ass bump. It was fucking trash. All right? I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but yeah, that happened. Then Cody Rhodes hit Pat McAfee with the crossroads and drags McAfee over to the announce table. Jelly Roll comes out. Yes, Jelly Roll. I don't know why. Why are they pushing this nonsense? But Jelly Rolls come out. Elbow drops. What's my man name? Pat McAfee through the table. Pat McAfee is out the way. You know what I mean? So the match starts off slow as a fucking turtle race. All right, man. Talk about to fall asleep watching this shit, man. They was taking forever to like keep this match up. But then when they got to it, they got to it. You know what I mean? Cody ended up making Randy Orton bleed. You know what I'm saying? Cody was extremely aggressive in this match. You know what I'm saying? From start to finish. I heard people was like, oh, Cody's turning heel. Cody's turning heel. I was the only one that was like, no. You know what I mean? Because, listen, in the storyline, right? In the Cody and Randy storyline, right? When Cody did that promo with Stephanie McMahon, and Stephanie was like, you ain't got what it takes to take it to the places that Randy Orton is willing to take it. Boom, 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 boom. You don't got the guts. Boom, boom, boom. And Cody said, thank you. You know what I mean? That was a hint that Cody was going to be on some aggressive shit. You know what I mean? And to Cody's credit, he wrestled hella aggressive in this match. He had some heel tactics in this match. And I thought they was going to do like the role reversal like they did with Hogan and Rock at WrestleMania 18, where Hogan came into the hill, but by the time the match was over, he was a face type thing. I thought that's what they was going to go for, but they didn't. Long story short, Cody after Randy RKO Pat McAfee, Cody hits Randy Orton with the crossroads, get the 1, 2, 3. Then Cody goes to celebrate. Randy Orton intercepts the belt, hit him with the belt, and then he brings back the punt. He punts Cody in the fucking eye, man. He did that shit on purpose, too, by the way. Randy Orton punted Cody in the fucking eye, man. You know what I mean? Trying to get my man out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't appreciate that shit, man. You know what I mean? I don't appreciate that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? So when I see Randy in person, man, we're gonna have some words, man. We're gonna have some words. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, I'm gonna let him live. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him live. So, in my opinion, the match was dope to me. I loved the match. I thought it was fire. You know, I hear a lot of people saying that was the worst WrestleMania of all time, blah, blah, blah. I'm not even jacking that. You know what I mean? I thought night one was at least 5 out of 10. At least. If you want to give it anything, if you want to, you know what I mean? It was a 5 out of 10, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Anybody that wants smoke with me saying it's a 5 out of 10, please pull up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, man, not the Cody hate, man. I hope Cody is out until August fucking. Cody hate is real, man. You know what I mean? And Cody ain't doing nothing but making a name for himself. You know what I mean? I thought y'all would appreciate a nigga that left the WWE. You know what I mean? Went and started AEW, then spun the block and came back just to be in the main event picture, man. I thought y'all respect a nigga grind like that, man. You know what I mean? You know, somebody that got it off the blood, man. My nigga Cody got it off the blood for real, man. You know what I mean? Y'all being unappreciative of Mr. Whoa! You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Y'all gotta fix that within yourselves, man. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me pour something up, man. I'm feeling parched. You know what I'm saying? Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let me get my drink and my two-step. My drink and my two-step. Come on. Oh, shit. Come on. Come on. Yeah, man. Hit that like button if y'all haven't already, man. You know what I mean? Hit the like button if y'all haven't already. You know what I'm saying? But what was y'all opinion of night one, man? Let me know, man. Let me know how y'all felt about night one, man. You know what I'm saying? Was it fire to y'all? Did y'all ain't like the commercials? What would y'all think with night one? I didn't have that type of experience. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know. So, night two goes down, right? Now let's get into night two, man. Which I thought night two was definitely one of the ones. You know what I mean? I thought night two was definitely one of the ones. You know what I'm saying? Night two starts off with Oba Finley versus Brock Lesnar. So I had to do it. Man. You know what I mean? So it go down, man. And my nigga Oba, I said my nigga Oba, that's crazy. My nigga Oba was putting belt the ass on Brock, man. You know what I mean? He was putting belt the ass on Brock. Brock tried to do all that country boy strong shit. You know what I mean? Oba's like, get that shit the fuck out of here, man. None of that shit gonna faze me. Fuck your dumbass clothesline. That shit ass pussy. That shit ain't gonna put me down, nigga. You know what I mean? Then he took my man over to Suplex City. You know what I mean? He got that one off. Though. My nigga Oba wasn't too quick to get up after the Suplex City, man. You know what I mean? But towards the end of the match, Oba took the F5, man. And when he took that F5, man, he rose up on one knee, man. Know what I mean? Then he waited for Brock to turn around like, yeah, nigga. And choke slam Brock, nigga. Choke slam that nigga. Then he hit Brock with the fall from grace, man. The fall from grace, man. The pop-up power bomb. Sit down joint. Pin my nigga Brock, man. 1, 2, 3, man. The Oba era has started, nigga. The Oba era has started, nigga. Like it or not, Oba is the next big thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Put your Obas in the chat, man. Put your Obas in the chat. Oba. 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 What? I think you're Oba, man. You know what I mean? But then Brock, at the end of the match, he take off his boots and he take off his gloves and put the boots and the gloves at the on the mat, man. You know what I'm saying? And Brock says goodbye, man. Brock's out of here. Oba did not defeat Brock, man. He made Brock retire. You know what I'm saying? He made Brock pack it up for real. You know what I mean? Packed them up for real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So Brock was in the ring crying, you know what I mean? And I don't think it was emotion from the fans that was making him cry. I think it was just like crying that Oba beat his ass that bad, man. You know what I'm saying? To be perfectly honest, that's my opinion, you know what I mean? But he got out, you know what I mean? He gonna play it off like, oh, it's because of the emotions of my 25-year career, this, that, the third, you know what I mean? Yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? Brock goes off in the sunset, man. Super salute to Brock Lesnar, man, for all you done in wrestling, all the moments you provided us and all of that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Big up to Brock, man. You know what I mean? I hope you get back on the farm, man. Chill with Sable and the kids, man. Grow some vegetables, man, and call it a night, man. You know what I mean? You deserve it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, my fault, y'all. The next match was the 6-man ladder match. And this match cooked. This match cooked from beginning to end, man. My nigga Rey Mysterio still got it, man. He was over there. He hit the 619 on, who was that? On I think Dragon Lee. He put Dragon Lee's face, nigga, in the fucking ladder, set the ladder up in between the ropes, man, ran to the rope and hit that nigga with the 619, man. You know what I'm saying? The 619. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then my man Javon Evans, man, hit the OG cutter off the top rope. Or on Rusev off the ladder. That spot was crazy. That spot was crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? They was going crazy in that ladder match, man. And then my nigga picked hit JD McDonough with the fucking Mexican Destroyer off the ladder onto another ladder that was bridged. Oh, this nigga Penta was in a busy. You know what I mean? So my nigga Penta ended up retaining the IC title and everything. I wasn't mad, man. I wanted Javon Evans to win. But, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not mad at Penta returning his title, man. Not at all. Not at all, man. So, the next match we got here is, what was the next match? Hold on, let me get the match card. My fault, y'all. I'm trying to go off muscle memory. But let me get the match card down Pizzak. You know what I'm saying? Down Pizzak. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Give me a brief second, y'all. Let me get it together. What man Little Luck saying? Let me get it together. It's the kind of title. Okay. Boom. Just making sure we right. Okay, we good. All right. I was gonna go with this one, but I wasn't too sure. So the next match, right, was Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams, man, for the U.S. title. You know what I mean? Sami Zayn came out. The fans was booing Sami Zayn, even though, you know what I mean? Sami Zayn is technically a good guy. They ain't give a fuck about none of that shit. They booing Sami Zayn. You know what I mean? Sami Zayn been in a bag of weeks because Sami Zayn, like, you know what I mean? Like, he feel like he gotta like get aggressive now because things ain't been going his way all these years. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yo, I gotta get an aggressive bag. You know what I mean? I respect it. You know what I mean? But then my man Trick Williams came out, man, with the fur coat, the all white fur coat joint with the what's that? What you call it? The train? The train. What is it called, babe?
The train.
The train?
Mm-hmm.
The train. He had the fur coat with the train attached to him that was rolling all the way down the aisle like a fucking roll of paper towels and shit. Just coming down the aisle and shit. So Trick Williams, you know what I mean, did it big. He had his family at ringside and all of that. You know what I mean? Which I thought that was dope. You know what I mean? He had Lil Yachty with him. You know what I mean? I don't get this Lil Yachty and Trick Williams partnership. This shit is so awkward to me. You know what I mean? I don't know why nobody's in the outrage of that, like they in the outrage of Pat McAfee, man. Because that just ruffles my feathers. You know what I mean? But anyway, Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, you know what I mean? Oh my God, 702 in the building, man. He said I was on the floor for the main event. Oh, shout out to 702, man. You're a lucky nigga, man. You know what I mean? Did you do it like I did it? Did you steal the seats, or you just could just do that because you in the staff and everything? That's crazy, man. No, but was that Reigns and Punk match fire in the building? Like I can see it that people was fucking with it, but I just wanted to know from a builder perspective what was the outlook on it. But so yeah, fuck. Oh, Trick Williams and Sami Zayn, man. It was a good match. People said they feel like it needed more time. That's not the match I'm talking about that needed more time, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I thought the match was cool for what it was. Trick Williams win. You know what I mean? Whoop that Trick. Get him. Whoop that Trick. I like it. Whoop that Trick. Whoop that Trick. Yeah. Whoop that Trick. Whoop that Trick. Yeah. Whoop that Trick. Whoop that Trick. I like that. No, I put with Booker on it. They should have put Booker. Hey, talk about the only problem I do got with that matchup for that particular match. They should have put my man Booker T on commentary. You know what I mean? To be on, you know what I mean? When I whoop that Trick, come on, he be doing this ad libs. I like it. You know what I'm saying? They should have had him on there. You know what I mean? But I digress. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, 702 said it was lit, especially after. Oh yeah. I know them after parties was on a beam. You know what I mean? I know them shits was on the beam. I mean, I saw a few of the wrestling content creators that I rock with on there. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. You know what I mean? That was in the building and everything like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Trick Williams get the win. I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? He needed some gold. You know what I'm saying? And they put the title on Sami Zayn just to give Trick Williams that moment. And that was a good look. You know what I mean? Trick Williams don't need to be chasing around for no mid-card title. You know what I mean? For months and months and months. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. You know what I mean? My opinion. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. So then the next match was the next match? Thanks. The next match was, come on, man. What was the next match? Okay, the next match was Rhea. Was it Rhea? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I want to get this accurate. Okay. Yup, it was Rhea and Jade Cargill. Now that's the match I feel like needed more time. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I feel like it needed way more time. I feel like y'all could have did a lot with that, especially towards the end of the match. And nobody gonna give it up for Jade Cargill hitting Rhea Ripley with the one wing angel. You know what I mean? Shouting out my nigga Kenny Omega with the one wing angel. Nobody gonna shout out Jay for that, man. And I feel like personally, Jade and Rhea had a fire matchup, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It just needed a little bit more time. If they gave it like 10 minutes or more, I think you could have put it up in competition for match of the night, in my opinion. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But they didn't. They did what they did. You know what I mean? Jade Cargill tried to hit. Well, before I get to the end of that matchup, Jade Hitchman came and tried to jump Rhea. Io Sky came out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I might got hit the yeah, there you go. You know what I mean? I'll do that. But so that happens, and then Jade Cargill goes for the jaded on Rhea Ripley. And what the hell? Hold on. Jade Cargill goes for the jaded, but Rhea Ripley reverses into the riptide, get the 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at Rhea Ripley winning this match. I want to see what they do with the Jade Cargill moving on from now. You know what I mean? A lot of people saying she don't need the belt. She's not ready yet. I disagree. I just think creative didn't know what the fuck to do when she got the belt. And that's a creative. That's on creative. It's not a Jade Cargill thing. It's a creative thing. And as a creative, you're supposed to have a plan for these people that you're going to put the belt on. You know what I mean? Moving forward. You can't just wing it, put the belt on somebody that have no plan. Now you're trying to wing it for months. And now you putting yourself in a box. That's not how it's supposed to go. You at least need to have a 6-month plan for these champions, or less than that, if you plan on not keeping the belt on that long, instead of just having them have this belt with no fucking storyline. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Jade Cargill. Shout out to Rhea Ripley. They had a fire matchup, man. They had a fire matchup. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry, I'm dropping the link in a second. You know what I mean? For my wrestling content creators. So the main event, man. No, hold up. Slow down, let me pump my brakes. We had Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio, man. You know what I mean? My nigga Finn Balor came out as the demon nigga. The demon nigga. My nigga Finn was on demon time. My nigga Finn was on demon time with it. Straight like that. He was on demon time with it against Dominic Mysterio, man. I think the match was dope. I think it was fire. I think WWE made a smart decision by making that a street fight at the last minute, because I think if it was just a regular match, in my opinion, it would have been a little bit boring. But adding the street fight stipulation there gave it a little bit more oomph to it. You know what I mean? And Finn Balor, man, defeated Dominic Mysterio, which come on, man. Nobody thought Dominic Mysterio of all people was gonna beat the Demon. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So Finn Balor won. Salute to Dominic Mysterio and all that. Now, let's get to the main event, man. The main event, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, man. And listen. OTC. No OTC. No OTC, man. Yeah, man. Me and Tree, man, we almost, you know what I mean, with the war, man. You know what I mean? She was doing too much. You know what I mean, Roman Reigns chatting, man. You know what I mean? I ain't like that. You know what I mean? Because I mean, rooting for my nigga CM Punk, man. To get OTC. So nonetheless, Roman comes out and he had the little he had a dope interest though. I give him that. He had the all his family on one side of the Tritton, on both sides of the Tritton, which was like his dad and his uncle. Then the other side was like Yokozuna and Umaga. And you know what I mean? He told a good story. You know what I mean? He had the orchestra sing him to the ring and everything like that. You know what I mean? But then my nigga CM Punk came out, man. My nigga CM Punk came out, so I feel like one of the flyest entrants, at least top 10 entrants of all time, man. So they did the shot of Vegas, right? They did the shot of Vegas, the overhead shot of Vegas and all of that. They're going all to Vegas. And then it stops at CM Punk on top of the stadium. You know what I mean? And he's like, got his legs crossed in the same way he had it crossed when he cut the vicious pipe bomb and everything. You know what I mean? And he was on the roof of the stadium, right? And then it transitioned to all his ROH clips, his indie days, his Ring of Honor days. It was a TNA clip I saw in there. And then they had, his WWE days, the pipe bomb era, all of that till today or whatever. I thought that was a dope touch. And then he comes out to no music at all, man. You know what I mean? He just stops at the top of the rack and kind of soaks in the moment, you know what I mean? Because CM Punk never had his WrestleMania main event moment. People say that last year was his main event moment. I feel like this year was more of his main event moment because I count Sunday as the real main event, you know what I mean? And my Cameron voice, man. Stop bringing me these Saturday night niggas, man. Stop bringing me these Saturday night niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Cam. You know what I'm saying? But oh yeah. When I drop the yard, we're gonna talk a little bit too, because I want y'all opinion on some things. But anyway, so CM Punk comes out, he's soaking it all in or whatever. Then this music hit, you know what I'm saying? Look in my eyes, tell me what you see. Go of my reality. Yeah. Y'all ain't think I knew that shit, huh? Y'all ain't think I knew that shit, huh? Yeah, I know that shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, CM Punk comes to the ring, you know what I mean? So then we get to the match, man, which was a fire match. I heard the word classic thrown around. I don't know. I gotta watch it back to give it classic. But was it fire? Absolutely. It was fucking fire, man. You know what I mean? You had Roman talking shit to CM Punk as he was beating his ass, saying, "This is not Twitter, bitch." You know what I'm saying? Keep my name out your mouth. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Then you got CM Punk. You know what I mean? Talking crazy. He put the whatever their tradition is the abaflay or whatever that shit's called around his neck. You know what I mean? Then he hit Roman with the spear. You know what I'm saying? Hit Roman with the spear. You know what I mean? And to a 2 count, boom, boom, boom. Then there was a moment in the match where Roman and CM Punk is like both exchanging punches, and CM Punk goes to slap Roman, and he just collapsed on the wrestling mat. I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And then they exchanged some submission holds, this, that, and the third, and then Roman hits the first spear on CM Punk. CM Punk ate that John. I ain't gonna hold you, you know what I mean? But then, you know what I mean? He went to do something, and CM Punk. Oh, CM Punk. That's what happened. CM Punk hit Roman with the go to sleep, right? And then Roman bounced off the ropes, and CM Punk hit him with the go to sleep again, right? And then he went to do it a third time, and CM Punk collapses. You know what I mean? He was tired out, and Roman took advantage and spared them. Got the 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? And from a psychological standpoint, right? If y'all remember the promo where Roman was calling CM Punk old, well, that factored into the match, man. CM Punk was too, you know what I mean, tired to go to kick things in the next gear, so to speak. So Roman won, you know what I mean. I'm predicting CM Punk gonna be off TV for a little bit, you know what I mean. And Roman already announced, you know what I mean, on the post show that he here to stay. You know what I mean? He here for the long haul. You know what I mean? You said all that part-time shit. All that part-time shit. Yeah, that's over, dog. I'm outside, nigga. I'm outside, nigga. So all y'all niggas that was talking that shit, man, y'all need to keep that same energy, you heard? You know what I mean? So, I feel like the match delivered. I think it lived up to the hype, and I think Roman and CM Punk was the match of the night. You know what I'm saying? I don't think personally it was better than Cody and Randy Orton. You know I'm gonna get a lot of heat for that, but I stand on what I stand on, man. I thought Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton match was way better in my opinion, but you know what I mean. CM Punk and Roman's match was fire. Now, I'm gonna drop the link for anybody that got smoked with what I said, or if you were just in the building for WrestleMania, you know what I mean. Or you want to just, you know what I mean, give your take on WrestleMania, you're willing to do so. You know what I mean? But my matches with replay value, in my opinion, is Seth Rollins and Gunther, Liv Morgan and Stephanie Van Kier. Oh, I skipped that match, did I? Cut it short. Because the match was, you know, a little short. But Liv Morgan won the match. She won the match with help for the Judgment Day and everything like that. But it was a great match. It was real aggressive. I just wanted to see a little bit more out of that match, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But I'm more locked into the story that they're going to begin to tell. You know, hopefully tonight on Monday Night Raw, man. For those that don't know, I will be doing a watch along for the Raw after Mania. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that later on tonight. You know what I mean? We're going to be lit. We're going to party. We're going to talk shit. We're going to do all that. You know what I mean? But yeah. Liv won the women's title and everything like that. It's well deserved. Liv Morgan had a big ass hickey on her forehead due to Stephanie Van Kier pushing her into the reporter and everything. But But yeah, overall, the matches were replay value, like I was saying, with Seth Rollins and Gunther, Stephanie Van Care, and Liv Morgan, Cody and Randy Orton, Oba and Brock, just for the moment. The 6-man ladder match, and CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Those are the matches I got with the replay value. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you had those 6 matches on at least night 1 or 2, yeah, you would have got shit the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I think they need to stop the 2-belt idea, man, and just stick to one world championship and let the champion float from both shows. You know what I'm saying? Because this 2-belt thing, it's getting kind of old. You know what I mean? It's getting kind of old. You know what I mean? You know, you make one belt and you let that float between two brands, and yeah, man, it brings more importance to the title, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And 1 month a Raw person gets the challenge for it, the next month a SmackDown person gets the challenge for it. Then it bounces back and forth like that. I think if we did it like that, it would be extremely, extremely dope. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It'll bring a focus and importance to the actual title belt. You know what I mean? In my opinion. But Fire Night 2, man. I give WrestleMania. I'll give WrestleMania a 7 out of 10, man. I'm giving WrestleMania a 7 out of 10. I could give it a 6.5 is what I'm thinking, but I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 just for the moments it did have on the show with the Oba win, the Roman and CM Punk match. I guess Paige moment was pretty cool. And the Cody and Randy Orton match, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's my take on WrestleMania. So then WrestleMania had a post show, right? Where Oba basically called out Roman Reigns, right? And then Roman responded to Oba by saying basically, you know, you got some more work to do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Put some more work in, and we'll see by the summer if you're ready for the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? Which, you know, it's basically telling us that we basically want to get Oba versus Roman at SummerSlam. And I wish that shit was in Jersey because I would have went, but that shit is all the way in Minnesota. And I'm not going strictly for wrestling. You know what I mean? If I'm going for wrestling, I'm also going for something else to do in the city, and it's fucking Minnesota. What the fuck is it to do in Minnesota for white women? You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I want to see Roman versus Oba. You know what I mean? That match got money written all over it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But we gonna see what WWE do, man. You know what I mean? From a creative perspective, Oba has to be booked correctly and safely. You know what I'm saying? My opinion is Roman reforms the bloodline, you know what I mean, with the Usos, himself, Silver Fatu, and Jacob Fatu. You know what I'm saying? And you let Roman make Oba run pretty much the bloodline gauntlet of all the members until he gets to him finally. You know what I mean? And the story needs to be told that could Roman be a little intimidated by Oba Finley, you know, that whole story, boom, boom, boom. And then from there, y'all can book out y'all want to book. But that's a little bit of the foundation of what I would have done. You know what I'm saying? What I would have done. You know, is reform the bloodline have Oba run through the bloodline until he finally gets the Roman, and then y'all decide from there. Do Oba gets the belt or the Roman retains? That's all your options, because I really got to think on who I would put the belt on in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But Oba is definitely a star. He's proven it from just having the aura, man. Just having the aura and the it factor. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with him on Raw tonight. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody that was in the building at WrestleMania, man. Shout out to everybody that got some good seats. You know what I'm saying? And got to and got the vibe out. You know what I'm saying? Got the vibe out, man. You know. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Again, that was my WrestleMania review of night 1 and night 2, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all tap in with me later tonight, man. We're doing the Raw after Mania watch along. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all tap in, man. If y'all got Netflix, you know what I'm saying? That's where you go to watch Monday Night Raw. You know what I mean? If you want to be a part of the watch along. But if you don't, you just want to kick it in the chat, man. You know what I mean? Feel all free, but, you know, make sure your questions is wrestling related, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this is it for the viral one, man. You know what I mean? Continue to listen, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, until next time, man, move, be the gang. One.